take a brief introduction session on placements and strategies with our seniors as well as through by JP sir how things are in the college and what companies are coming to college. Then we'll tell you about a stepwise process and procedure to get placed. We'll also provide you with material and where to prepare from, and followed by an interaction session with seniors and a questionnaire for all you guys for all your doubts and queries. So we'll hand over the thing to sir, and sir can take over the placement statistics.
Good evening, all of you. So it is a great. They are taking a good initiation regarding the placement point of view from your seniors, and they are doing very good. And coming to the placements point of view, we have already started 2023 batch already started. So for in Infosys already started the registration, and sixth they are probably conducting the written test on 6th, 7th, and 8th. And now already registration process is going on. And coming to the placements point of view, JBIET. So as of now, 2022 batch, totally 17 companies completed and almost 306 students. 306 students got placed in that. Coming to the circuit branch point of view, CSC almost 100 students got placed, and coming to the IT, around 40, 40 students got placed, and coming to ECE, 54 students, and ECM, 30 students. So when while you are going for this placements point of view, almost maximum package is 5 lakhs as of now, and starting package is 3.5. So coming to the TCS, starting package is 3.5. So we got around 68 offers. And coming to the Wipro, we have 3.5 package, and we have one more opportunity for our students, like 6.5 lakhs. They are giving opportunity. They are sharing the list. Already interacted with our students, and we may get above 3.5 lakhs package for Wipro also. Almost 82 students got placed, and one more company, one more opportunity for our students. Total 14 students got selected in ADP with 5 lakhs package. So I'm happy to inform you that this 5 lakhs package and 14 students as of now in Telangana, no so compared to the all other colleges, private colleges in Telangana. So as of now, we have offers from ADP for other colleges only 5 to 6, 7, 8. So our JBIT college, our students got placed around 14 members. This is a one more milestone for our college. And coming to the Hexaware, we have 27 opportunities. So in that, 5 lakhs package is also there. So 3 students got placed, and one more opportunity after having 4 lakhs package, they again giving one more opportunity to our students. So they revised the salary, and 3 students got placed in Hexaware. And total in 27, we have 2 packages. One is 4 lakhs and one more is 5 lakhs. And coming to the one more opportunity, Cloud 4C. So that is also 4 lakh, 3.75 lakhs. And in that also, we have offers like, as of now, we have it is applicable to all branches like CSC, IT. So as of now, we have controllers, we have 8 offers. And after that, we are having HCL. HCL is also, we are having a 44 offer. So when comparing to the location point of view, we are all maximum we are having Hyderabad and Bangalore, and Chennai is Exeter is the Chennai location. So coming to this, one more point I want to say. So coming to your, as of now, due to this COVID situation, we are unable to provide training for your seniors, and we are planning for the training. We are planning training for you. So after completion of your fifth sem, we are planning for the training. Maybe in the month of March or April, we are planning. So that is maybe 1 month training. We are having external, we are planning for external source, external trainer. So that is one plus point for your placements point of view. And I am encouraging all of you to have a maximum offers. Like as of now, this is started, now we are in January. So our semester for your seniors, it may be up to February or March. So as of now, your seniors got placed around 306 students. I think same uh, atmosphere I want from your placements point of view, when it will be started, like in the 2023, maybe in the month of June it will be started. As of now, Infosys has already started. So I want maximum number, maximum. From Infosys point of view, you actually from your seniors, they have not registered. So we are having. And coming to you, we are already going for the registration, and we want number from Infosys point of view from your batch. As of now, we are having offers from Infosys for your seniors, from your seniors also. But actually, when they are starting the registration point of view, that time we are not having any interaction with the like students has not done the registrations coming to your seniors and super seniors. So we already started, and we already intimating you regarding the Infosys certification point of view. And your seniors are also giving good support, like to interact regarding the placements point of view and give valuable feedback regarding the placements point of view and take suggestions from your seniors. And I want maximum, uh, like you have to participate in all placement activities and give me the good result when you are completing, before completing the course. Maximum you go for any one offer, like any offer, like not software, not core. Don't think in different different point, different scenarios. Whatever opportunity you are getting, try to grab. And before you leaving the course, try to have one job in your pocket. And I'm encouraging you, and from my end and from your seniors also, we are giving the opportunity, we are giving the support. And our principals are also is supporting very well in coming to the placements point of view. He is initiating, and he is giving up, he is more supportive regarding the placements and your academics point of view, and try to try to use this opportunity. And if you have any doubts, kindly approach placement cell. Otherwise, you can contact any one of your seniors. They are they are in the pipe. They are in the they want to interact with you people. Like they want give good support, and they want they are all willing to encourage you. So try to contact any your seniors. Otherwise, placement cell, we are always available to give inputs. Try to utilize. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your very kind words. And without your support, we could not have been getting this many companies and this many offers. Uh, Thank you, sir. And we would like to carry forward this session with Akriti taking on the roadmap on how to get placed.
Yeah, okay. So basically, this is the roadmap on how to get placed. So throughout your applying and then getting an offer, there'll be certain steps which you have to go through. And as you can see on the screen, we have divided it into 5 of them. So first comes the application. And in the application, basically, you'll have to fill the application form for whatever company you are applying. And generally, the links will be shared to you by the placement officer in all the class groups which you have. And if it is off campus or there's like a open campus drive, then you will have different platforms where you can apply. So you have platforms like Superset, Metal, CoCubes, or My Anatomy, Hire Pro. So there are various platforms which give job openings, and then you can apply there. And in detail, what the application form consists, we'll do that in the next slide. And then comes the written round. So once your application is shortlisted, you'll get a mail. Generally, it is an email communication. Some of them even ask for the number, so you get a reminder as a SMS. So in the written round, you have different sections. So you have quantitative, it's basically aptitude, and then some of them also have coding. So you have quantitative, you have logical reasoning, and then you have English. Most of the companies are restricted to checking your aptitude, like testing your aptitude skills, but some also have an add-on coding questions, or they may be technical MCQs. Like you have MCQs on computer networks, DBMS, or software engineering. And then comes the interview round. So interviews are generally divided into like 3 categories. They mostly it starts with technical interviews where they test your technical skills, and then sometimes there are also managerial round. Like there's a managerial round where they check your management skills. Most of the companies generally have technical and HR. HR is like the last round, but some companies also have an add-on managerial round. So after all this 3 is done, like after your interview round is done, then comes the internship. So internship is not something which every company offers. So it depends on the company. Like various companies offer an internship. So once you clear the interview rounds, they release a letter of intent where they ask you if you are ready to join the company and do an internship with them for maybe say 3 months or 6 months. And once you complete the internship successfully, like you decide on joining the company, then after the internship is done, they give you the offer letter, and then you sign the offer letter, like you accept it, and then you become the part of the firm. So this is basically the step. The next slide. Yeah, so as I was talking about the application, so you fill the application form on different platforms. So generally the application form consists of your, they ask you your educational details. So that will be basically your 10th, your school, and then it'll be your intermediate, that's the 12th grade, and then your BTech. So you'll have, they don't ask everything about that. They only ask the name and the GPA. So that's what matters, what, how much you've scored in your 10th, how much you've scored in the 12th, and how much you've scored in your BTech. And there's also a cutoff, like every company has their different cutoff for the GPA, that the BTech GPA. And they also ask you to attach your resume. So we'll do another session on resume building where we'll tell you how your resume should be so that they shortlist your application. And as I said, they see the GPA, so they also see the 12th marks, either the percentage or whatever GPA you got. And that is the most they ask you. They may also ask you sometimes about the internships you have done, which you'll basically include in your resume. And other than that, they don't ask you much. Next slide. Yeah, so as I said, once the application is shortlisted, then you in the interviews, what you have is technical rounds, managerial and HR, as I already said. So we have written 2 technical rounds. So it depends again on company. It varies from company to company. They may be satisfied with one, like if they're not satisfied with one technical round, they want to test and assess more of your technical skills, then they'll have another technical round. So there'll be 2 TR rounds. And managerial round is generally, they'll ask you, they'll give you certain situations, and they'll ask you what you would do or how you would react if you face that situation. And then HR round, basically they have questions like, are you willing to relocate, and all of those. We'll talk about that in detail. Like Pawan will brief you about what all is there, and Pawan will also tell you about what resources and what subjects you need to study in order to ace your technical round. So Pawan, I hand it over to you.
Thank you, Akriti, for the wonderful introduction about the interviews. So, like, let's go to the technical round. Before technical round, I would like you to tell, there may be 2 or more than 2 technical rounds. Depending, there are like 2 categories. Like depending on if there are like number of people. So they for eliminating, they may conduct 2 technical rounds. Or else, like if you go to a very good company like Google or Microsoft or Amazon, they may they may have 2 or more technical rounds to like assess you, like to like how good you are. So there might be different cases of technical rounds, and the type of questions. Technical rounds start with your basic introduction, like, and about your resume, about your projects. If you have a web development project, then they may ask you related to first like web development, like what are the basics of web development, and then they must slowly increase the pace with data structures or like Node.js, So depending on the company to company and depending on like what the package is, they might twist the questions and ask you. And then slowly the next step would be they might ask you to share your screen, and they might give you some questions to solve. So like this is how the technical round goes. Basically, like you can see there are like different questions they might ask on the given time. They might be like data structures, related to data structures, then related to DBMS or RDBMS. Then they may ask question from computer networks, and then they ask from OS. And like this is for CSE and IT, and for ECE or like other what do you call circuit branches, they might ask you from your core subjects like electronics or uh, using, so all the other things they might ask you from them. This is basically from the technical round. So the next slide. So yeah, after you complete the number of technical rounds, they might ask the next round will be like managerial or HR round. So like basically, if you have clear technical round, you have like 95% selected for the company. And HR round consists of like simple questions like it's your background check, checking up with the colleges, what is your profile, all the related things. And then in managerial round, it may consist of behavior questions. They might be like tricky questions which are used to assess your behavior. Like suppose they give you some hypothetical question. Suppose if you are in a company, so this and this happen. So how would you do it? Or like if you are a team leader, then how would you assess your teammates or help your teammates? So like, these are kind of tricky questions which we'll be doing in the like next session, like in the resume session. We'll explain you briefly how to prepare for an interview and like how to attend your interview, all the other things. And then they might ask you about the relay question or about the shift or all the other things which are used for which are used to put you in the correct group in the company. So this is basically about the HR and the managerial round. Like the next slide.
Hello, guys. Thank you, Pawan, for the wonderful explanation. Guys, I tried to, like, we discussed together and we tried to come up with some of the most feasible channels which we found on the YouTube. So these are the channels. You might just take a picture of them. It might be really useful for you. And the picture of the book which is there on your left side is the R.S. Agarwal quantitative aptitude textbook. It's the most famous textbook which has been coming through the years since our dad's time. And it is the most, it teaches you from the most rudimentary level. And it is suggested that you do this book that is on quantitative aptitude. It is really helpful, and if you want to learn concepts, you have multiple channels like this campus mock channel by Rachit Rastogi is amazing, and dear sir, I guess all the channels which I've put over there are really good and that they will be helpful for you. And one more thing is you have to be consistent. I guess that is what really matters. At least if you do 10 problems per day on a particular topic, that will be of great help, be it arithmetic or algebra, or I guess, and you need to know your cubes, squares, at least 50 squares and 30 cubes. And it is not only, to be honest, it will not only help you for your campus placements, but also for your government exams. If there are any students who are willing to appear for SBI PO, RBI exams, or Combined Defense Services, AFCAT, and you can just go and name you the government exams, and it will help you because maths is something which is like which is really basic and it is asked in every.
The aptitude consists of your quantitative aptitude, which is mathematics and logical reasoning. As Didi said, this book would really help you in preparing for those as well as all these YouTube videos. We'll move to the next slide. These are the resources for coding. Coding makes up the most important part of the placement procedure because there will be a technical written test or an online assessment, and here is where most people get cut off from the list or people don't make it to the short list. So how do you approach coding? Well, first you have to like go through the theory of all the things. Like for example, if you're going into some data structures, you need to know the theory of it. So on my left, on this left side, are the theory of all the data structures, algorithms, and whatnot. You learn from all these YouTube channels. Like these will teach you how to like this will teach you. These will theoretically strengthen your understanding of what data structures are. Then these are also YouTube channels which will help you with subjects, for example, computer networks, operating systems, databases. So these the middle channels will help you in mastering those. And on my right, you can see platforms where you can practice it out. Like if you know the theory, you need to practice what you know, since you'll keep forgetting how to approach this kind of problem. You might remember that in theory, but you cannot do it once a problem comes in front of you. Usually a problem is only given, you can't explain it to the compiler or a test, so you have to practice it out. For beginners, I would start with hacker rank. That's where most people start. It has a easy problem set and it will help you boost confidence in it. Once you are around intermediate level, you go into lead code. Lead code has all these weekly challenges, weekly competitions, then monthly and daily challenges. This will help you increase your like coding skills. And the bottom two ones, you can take a paid course on it. So this is what your resources for coding comprise of. We'll also help you out in the further sessions, and if you are not able to understand or get anything, you can ask any of your seniors for help. Then resources for English. This is a tricky part, because we think we might do well in the English part, but when the actual test paper comes, we don't know the basis of grammars, we don't know the vocabulary. Or when you're in an interview and the interviewer asks you something, you're not able to find the right word, or you're not able to express what you are trying to say in English. So these things or these resources will help you get through this. On my left is a very well-known book, which is Word Power Made Easy. I am sure you must have heard about it. If not, just I would suggest you just go and get a copy of yours. This will help you in probably an year. You'll have a great vocabulary, and you'll probably ace your interviews into it. Then these all are newspapers. People will recognize Vion with Palki Sharma Upadhyay. Uh, I know her English is impeccable, and who doesn't want a great vocabulary like hers? So I would suggest you just watch it out and try to speak the way she speaks. Then you can go for the Hindu articles. I know it is a newspaper, and I don't suggest you reading the news. I would go for the editorials and articles. Indian Express also goes with the editorials and articles. Reader's Digest, which is a monthly magazine, you can also read that. It has great articles, stories, as well as a great mix of uh, stories and difficult words being used. And on the last, if you are a fan of Harry Potter, which I am, you should definitely start picking up reading. Not only Harry Potter, you can go for any other fictional or non-fictional books, and it helps to read books. So these are the resources we have provided. If you have any questions, you can just note it down, and we'll have a questionnaire session at the end of this session. So now we have our interaction with seniors. I would first let them introduce themselves, key what they are, and where they're working and what they're doing.
So I am Nandakumar. I'm currently working as associate full stack developer at the Miraki Technologies. It's in High Tech City. It's a startup, and yeah, I made basically my role there is like building apps from the scratch. So we start in the mock-up phase, and we carry forward until the deployment. So yeah, that's basically what we do there, and mostly it's I had like other offers too, but I still choose a startup because I'll get to learn many things. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
So, hello everyone, I'm Kevin. I'm currently working in Accenture as a full stack developer in .NET. Like Nandu, I didn't choose startup, but I would suggest everyone to choose a startup, even though I made a small mistake. If you want to learn too much, I mean, in a very short span, if you want to learn quite a big amount, I would suggest definitely to go for a startup. Yeah, that's pretty much about me. I work at Accenture. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Balsai. I'm working in Tata Consultancy Services as a AWS engineer. So basically, my work is developing infrastructure in the cloud. So basically, cloud is the current running technology right now. So my work is just developing infrastructure from on-premises to the cloud. So I agree with both Nandu and Kevin. So just go with the startups and the product-based companies, because if you want to learn more, I think they are very good to start your career. That's all about me. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, seniors. Now, could you suggest some points what juniors like what you can tell about juniors and what not mistakes to do and what to do to get placed in a product-based company?
Just be strong with your aptitude and logical reasoning, because those are the things what they will test first rather than coding. So when you're going towards the product-based companies or startups, they will check mainly on your coding skills. So because startups are generally they will ask mostly on the data structures and algorithms. So my suggestion for the whoever is going for the startups, please learn the latest technologies, because startups don't invest most on the servers or anything. They will just go with the latest technologies and they will just build their business idea. So my suggestion is to be strong with your aptitude or your coding skills, and uh, main thing is find your projects. So whatever projects you are doing, just do it on your own. Then you can get idea of how will be the business environment and everything.
Thank you, Vala Bhaiya. I hope that answers most of my juniors' questions.
Nandu bhai, can you tell your experience about working in a startup?
So I'd say it's like mostly most of the time, like you won't have the time to like chill and do stuff, but because most of the time you're occupied with a lot of projects, because the startups, like the workforce is actually small, but that's like the actual good thing about it. So you don't have much time to rest, but I guess it's all worth it, because you learn this stuff, you make stuff, and you see you will be part of every phase, right, straight from the planning to the deployment. So you will learn a lot of things. So yeah, that's how my experience has been so far in the startup.
Somebody's asking a question to Nandu Bhaiya. Bro, can you explain about full stack development and what does it mean? So we really don't know what full stack means. Nandu Bhaiya, can
So
you?
full stack is nothing but okay. So full stack is nothing but it's both the front end and the back end, and you use both of them together, and straight from the you're building the user interface that's visible to the user, and like combining it with the back end, that where most of the logic works. You just combine both of those things, and like you pretty much uh, you pretty much develop the entire software. Basically, that's what a full stack developer does. So it's not like that meme that we've been seeing, like it's just a backend developer who is like very bad at front end and searches most of these questions from Stack Overflow to deal with the front end. But I think it's like two things should be balanced, and both of them are equally important if you are a full stack developer. There are frameworks like React for the front end, and there are backend frameworks for like Node.js, PHP, Laravel, like those things for the backend. If you combine those things, and if you are able to make a complete application, then uh, I think you are really good at the full stack development.
Thank you, Bhaiya. I hope that answers your question. Somebody asked कि due to pandemic, our marks and 12th exams were not there and are not legit. So what will be the process? We they have all the companies have a screening test which you'll write. So that will actually make it harder for you guys because 12th marks only matters in the application. You still have to write a written test. So you will be screened in based on the test. Then a question for Bala, sir, Bhaiya. Full stack development versus DevOps, which has better scope? I really don't know what DevOps means. Could you explain it to us, Bala Bhaiya?
Okay. I think you have a good idea on full stack, right? Okay, right. Next, when coming to DevOps, it's completely automated and improving the quality of the software. So before the introduction of the DevOps, whenever we want to develop a software or any product, generally it's like a long time taking process. So we should, I think some students will have idea on the water cycle model, right? So water cycle model is all you should plan the requirements, you should plan according to that, and you should implement according to that. So when coming to DevOps, it's completely different. So DevOps is nothing but you will just implement the basic product and you will work on the development in the later phases. So DevOps is nothing but automated process and it's delivering the complete quality software. So when coming to full stack, it's like building the front end and back end applications, as Nanda said. So both have equal scopes in the industry. So because full stack is also needed in some of the companies, and for enabling those applications, there are so many DevOps engineers requirement in many startups also. So DevOps is the growing field and the latest technology. And when you're going into DevOps, please be sure that you have basic idea on all the things like testing or Linux and everything. So I also worked as a DevOps engineer in my training phase. So if anyone want to choose as a DevOps engineer, you can just ask.
So I think these are the technical questions mostly that we got here. But 2 3 days ago on an Instagram story, many juniors from third years and even final years asked some questions. And I don't know, whoever is active, Nandu Bhaiya, Kevin, or Balasai, can you answer like what non-technical skills do you think are important for the interview to get into placements? Any non-technical skills that you think are useful
Like
and makes you stand out?
non-technical
Yeah,
skills as in communication skills and those things.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, communication skills are like actually important. So wherever you work, whichever your company you're working for, they all value these communication skills a lot, because like even to interact, because like when you work in any company, people might not be from the state, from your state, or people might not be speaking your mother tongue. To actually to convey, like if you are facing any kind of problem and you want to convey it to like the higher authority or someone, it's always a plus for the guys who are good at communication, so that they can post their ideas correctly. It's okay if you are like not that good, everyone is not same, but I think it's like require minimum requirement to know about how you speak, and to actually convey your ideas better. That will like even influence like your workplace, your colleagues and all, that will like really help.
Nandu Bhaiya, I mean, how many interviews did you give to like to get selected? And are there any like best interview experiences or anything that went
So
wrong?
yeah, but yeah, I actually got selected in the first interview that I have attended. It's at Miraki. Then like for a trial, I tried Accenture. I also got that offer too. So like there are coming to these interview experiences, there are like the two interview questions that I actually remember. One of them was for my senior. His name is Ashish. The question asked to him was like, so like now I'm offering you suppose 4 LPA. Tomorrow, if like the other company comes and give you like 6 LPA, or will you switch the company or will you stay with us? That was the question that was asked to him. His answer was like, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow I might earn the same 6 LPA here if my colleagues are good enough to me, if I'm loving the work environment that I have here. It doesn't matter what package I'm getting, but it really helps if I'm loving what I'm doing there. So that was his answer. And like the second question that was asked to me, actually like my founder of my company actually asked this question. During the college, I was working on Flutter. I was building these apps. So he was asking me, so do you know Flutter? That means are you eligible for this job? Is it enough for me to give this job to you? His question was like that. And like my answer was like, sorry sir, I don't want you to give this job to me because I know Flutter. I want you to give this job to me because seeing the effort that I have put in learning Flutter, apart from the academics and all, I still took time and I learned something apart from my syllabus, and I became really good at it. I want you to give me this job offer, looking at that effort. So like these kind of questions and these kind of answers will really like uh, get you placed, whichever company it is. If you really know what you're doing, and if you are sure with your answers, and if you are like confident enough, then I don't guess it will be much of a problem. So just try to convey them as clearly as possible.
As this continues, someone is asking AIML engineering scope, Nandubaya or Balasai, bro. Like, do you have
I
any
guess
idea
we
of
missed
this?
question. I guess we missed some questions in the middle, Vishishta. They
Yeah.
were somebody's asking about product-based companies and what are the demands, what are the demanding jobs in the future. I guess it's your, I mean, if you want to get a job, like a secure job, and if you want to get into TCS or Wipro, they're all like, we have Bala Bhaiya who is working in a service-based company, but I guess he's dealing with products. He'll be better to answer that. Uh, Bhaiya,
Yeah.
you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm there. Okay. Coming to the technologies, I think AWS, like cloud, DevOps, and AI and ML. Someone is asking that what is the scope of AI and ML, right? So, if you are doing some projects in AI and ML, it doesn't mean that you know you have your whole knowledge on that particular AI and ML. So, as an interviewer, I might not ask you the how you will deal with your like machine learning models or anything. So, machine learning or AI is not only your projects; it's completely different. So, when you are learning something, so for ML or AI, maths is the most important or basic knowledge you should know, like statistics or anything like that. So when coming to the technologies, cloud and DevOps are ruling right now for everything, like service based or product based or startups for anything. AWS and DevOps are like cloud and DevOps are mostly chosen ones. And next, coming to the full stack is also very important. So it's not about the company, whether it's service based or product based. It's about the can I say it's about you how you work on that particular technology and how much knowledge you have on that particular technology. So product based companies can work on the same technology as service based companies, but when coming to product based, it's completely coding. So you should have a good knowledge on coding and everything.
Yeah, thank you so much. We got a question about, can you explain about civil engineering scope and benefits and placements for civil? I guess we have some companies coming for civil, and our JP sir is trying to get core companies too. But if you genuinely want to get into a core job, it is suggested that because you know how placements work with tier 3 colleges for core, it is better you write gate and go, or if you want a core job. But if you want into software, it is the same resources which we have provided. If you want to get into the uh, like software part, and you have options for R&D, and like TCS is a great company. It has R&D. Even if you are from mechanical or civil, you have big projects which TCS deals. Like TCS is constructing the new parliament, that is the Indian Parliament in Delhi. It is handling civil engineers as well as mechanical engineers, and there are many projects like that across India, and you have other companies too. So if you're really interested to get into your core itself, you have R&D sectors in every company. It's not just TCS. So you can go with that, and you get to like doing the R&D part after 1 or 2 years, if I'm not wrong.
Thank you, Amini. That answers this question. Somebody asked, what is the minimum CGPA cutoffs required for placements? It depends on company to company, and usually it is more than 7 CGPA. Like 7 CGPA is the basic cutoff. It really helps if you have a CGPA greater than 8, because then you can sit for placements in higher level companies such as Goldman Sachs or Facebook or Google or something like that, because they look on your CGPA more than what is there on your resume. So
And it's not only that, you might clear the eligibility criteria if you have more than 6.5 or 7.5. But if there is another candidate who's having the same GPA as you and almost the same resume as yours, if you have a better GPA, you will stand out. So GPA helps in that way. And if you are planning for masters, writing GRE or going abroad, or even MBA from a top B school in India, GPA always matters. So all over your GPA will be a plus point for you. So uh, that is better you score well.
one question is targeted for Bala Bhaiya. Does aptitude skills required for DevOps roles? I think they are. Would Bhaiya like to shed some light on it?
Yeah, I think whoever asked this question, yeah, aptitude is required for everything because it's test your thinking skills and everything. So it's completely different. So how you'll how you'll solve a problem and everything. They test those kind of skills. So coming to DevOps, not only DevOps or any technology. I think Linux is very important. So please, I suggest everyone to go through the Linux basics because without Linux, without the basic knowledge on Linux, you can't get placed into the projects after getting placed into the company. Not only DevOps, anything. So because Linux is one of the secured OS, I think CSE and IT background students have knowledge on that. So I think Linux is very important. So coming into aptitude, it's very important for everything, for every job, coming to civil or any branch, it's very important. So don't neglect your aptitude and anything. So please be prepared on that aptitude and the book, what your seniors have shown on the slide. So I think it's from Eshan, right? Okay. It's very, it's a good book. I also followed the same book before my placements. And that book is followed by many other exams, government exams, and gate people also.
Thank you, Bala Bhaiya. We we also followed the same book and got placed, and I'm sure the juniors will also follow the same book and get placed. So somebody's asking, hey, did you ever go through the phase where you had a dilemma between staying an employee for your career or pursuing a business? Uh, I
Actually, presently we don't have that much pressure on our work, so we can't think on a business right now. So for me, before going into a business, we should have some idea on that business and we should have some capital or anything. So if you have some basic experience on anything, you can dive into the business. So it depends on your for me, it depends on your financial situations and everything. So everyone can't go into the business because it's completely depends on your ideology and everything. So I think we none of us will have that dilemma right now because we're in the starting phase. Like we have joined in the companies like past 7 to 8 months. That's it.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Yeah, as he said, as Bhaiya said, ki business, like it is a really big step, and I don't know if with 1 year experience you would actually go into or step into business. Well, it's everybody's opinion, so I can't say anything. The next question goes: what is the process for off-campus placements? Where can we get the links for applying for jobs? That's why we have this club, because we will provide you with links and we will also suggest you where to follow. We also have some resources prepared for you, and there are some Telegram channels or YouTube videos or YouTube channels where you can follow to get these links, uh, although we will share it for you in the groups. uh, s- I'm sorry, Kevin Anna is not there because he has some work to do. What are product based companies and how to get into them? I think Bhaiya has told already what product based companies are. It's like they have their own product. Nandu bhaiya, would you like to answer this? Somebody asked what are
Yeah,
product-based
sure, sure,
companies.
sure. So the product company's question. Uh,
So,
so is that what you're asking?
what a product-based company is and how to
So
get
yeah.
into them.
So
And there's an add-on to it. What are the programming languages requirement for the product-based companies? So someone has also asked that.
yeah, so like the product-based companies are nothing but the companies that actually work on those real-time products that you use. You use Google, you use YouTube, you use Facebook. So those are all like the product-based companies because they work on these actual products. So service-based companies, they help in building some services for these product-based companies. So like some of them, even if we have Google, the server-side maintenance of Google is done by Cognizant. So like service-based companies actually provide those services that help these product-based companies, but end of the day, it's those product-based companies that have the actual products, and those are the products that we use. The second point, getting into these product-based companies, yeah, comparing to the service-based companies, getting into product-based companies, I guess it's like really hard because like you have to go through multiple steps of technical rounds and multiple interviews, and they actually test your coding skills a lot, what kind of problems that you're solving, and at which level of difficult problems you're solving, and like how much optimized your code is, and like those are like real those things they test a lot. And coming to the programming languages, I'd really suggest you to use C++ if you are trying to like answer those coding questions, because like it's so fast and your code will be like a little bit optimized when you compare it with languages like Python. It actually doesn't matter which language you are using or which language you know, but I'd say like if you haven't started it, just even if it's hard, try C++ because it will really help.
Thank you, Bhaiya, for the suggestion on the language. Somebody is asking, does coding is essential to get placement? Yes, it is. If you're applying for a finance job, you need to have a degree in finance. If you're applying for a sales, you need to have a thing on sales. And just like that, if you're applying for an IT job or a tech job, you should know coding. So that is the basic requirement of things. Then
And it is irrespective of branch, is what I want to add. Like, if, even if you're from civil, mechanical, or any branch, irrespective of your branch, if you're applying for a software job, you need to know any one language and you need to go by depth. Like Bhaiya suggested, go with C++. If you're still struggling to choose between one, but it is suggested that you do one. Don't stick to learning all the languages and like being the jack of all trades and mastering at none. I guess that's all we are, but it's better you do one and you do it nicely.
okay, we have just one last question. Can you explain about software job versus government job, which is better? Okay, this is like comparing apples to oranges. You don't see what you cannot compare them exactly. Like software job is in a different domain, then government job is in also a different domain. So there are pros and cons of it, which we have clearly explained in our previous videos on roadmap to placements. I think you should have a look at one of those.
And even
Uh,
if you want, we might conduct a session again, like for government jobs. And I guess the preparation strategy for quants is the same for both the jobs, but the benefits are different from is like both the things is what I feel.
like it depends on individual what does he or
Mm.
she wants. So with that, we would like to thank our seniors and for putting in their valuable time and taking the pain for coming to us and helping us out. We will surely take help from them in the future also. Thank you, Vala Bhaiya. Thank you, Nandu Bhaiya. I know Kevin is not there. So by this, we would like to end our session, and it is for your queries and feedbacks. You can put it in our WhatsApp groups. And for people who have not joined the group yet, we would like to post our link. You can join us over there. We would also like to thank our TPO, JP sir, for taking us the time and getting to know the juniors, and juniors get to know sir, what he has done for the college and how many companies he has brought. And he's kind of a legend in the college because no other TPO sir has brought so many companies in such a short time. Okay, thank you. If you have any queries or doubts, we'll
Thank you.
see you in the groups, and have a great Sunday. Thank you. Bye.